Okay, first off, you're in the middle of one of the biggest upgrades of your life, the biggest shift, the biggest transformation. And every little shift in the past however many years has been leading to this huge monumental shift that you're in the middle of. And this shift is about aligning to one of the most authentic versions of yourself that you have never felt. And there will continue to be ongoing shifts to more even deeper, truer versions of yourself. But this is a big one, guys. Like, this is the one that is I'm like, it's cosmic. I don't know. It's like this collective emergence of really these people coming out to be who they are without the programs. And it is the most warrior freaking fight of a lifetime, because we are coming from just hundreds of thousands of years of cemented programs, and I really think in the future being true to yourself will be a lot more inherently natural. But it is like, man, it is such a cocoon freaking process of annihilating the version of us that isn't who we are. I mean, at least the caterpillar was like who it really was, but I think there's just so much heavy programming. So anyways, that's one big freaking breakthrough. And don't be surprised if you're constantly getting hijacked, but you're noticing, man, I'm in that old personality. Well, guess what that means? For you to recognize an old personality coming up is because you've moved beyond that and you've been touching this more expanded, newer personality that you are merging into. And it is normal. It is a part of the breakthrough cycle that you will be hijacked by the old self. This is nothing to be feeling like I'm going backwards. Prepare to get freaking hijacked by old personalities. This is like, but you're gonna notice that this isn't who, like, and even if you're stuck and you can't get out of it for days, you're noticing you're in it. And this noticing is one of the signs that you're in the big freaking shift, because this old personality, that was its baseline. That was normality. That wasn't like anything new. It didn't feel old self to be that, because it was like now self. So that's really awesome. Another thing, before we get into your reading, that was coming through from future self version of you is the need for some some freaking compassion and honoring and gratitude for yourself. Like, I don't care if you put off for 2 months and then finally went to the freaking DMV to do the thing that was the most annoying task, to wait forever to get the thing done, but you freaking did it. And you are your future self is asking you, like, yo, you need to give yourself some props. Like, I don't care how dumb the task is. The fact that you freaking did it. Like, so this is saying, like, have a moment with yourself where you're just like, wow, like, you got through yesterday having so much anxiety and you kept your cool and didn't wild out at that weird person who was being weird. Wow, I like love you so much, like, for keeping your composure when you got triggered. Wow, I'm so grateful that you asked about a tax extension so we could, like, have time to work on this. I'm so great. Like, I'm not talking about, like, yes, give yourself props for amazing things you do, but give yourself props for freaking, like, managing the adult life of, like, all the things. So that's one big thing, is like this kind of like, wow, you did it. Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for putting so much effort into your healing. Thank you for never freaking giving up on me. Thank you for continuously working towards manifesting these things, even though I haven't seen a goddamn proof of anything in the past 5 years, yet you don't give up. Like, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, thank you for not giving up. Like, seriously, like, if you are watching this, you haven't given up. If you are watching this, you have had tastes of those manifestations. But I know that there is something bigger and more that you have been working toward, and like, you just haven't given up. So future self is like, wow, thank you, just thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, that future self wouldn't exist. And then the other thing is, your future self is like, we gotta get real about the trying, and you just gotta become, you gotta identity shift now, which leads me to my Identity Shift Now workshop. It's in August. Finally, we have the dates. There should be tickets below. Hopefully by the time I push this video out there, we'll have the link to the tickets. If not, just I'm gonna put my email, or not my email, but to sign up for my email list, and then you'll be on my email list and get notified. But it's now Sunday, August 18th, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern, virtual live replay and in person. It will be amazing, because I just think we've been trying, and there's a reason for all of that time and all that stuff. But because we were in this huge freaking shift, now to really embody our future self who is within us now, we have to become them now. There's no more time. Like, there's no more time. We've spent years working on these things, healing these things, manifesting these things. Everything is speeding up. There's no more like dinosaur time. You gotta be it now. You have to, and I get it. Like, some of you also, past, present, future, it's all now. I know saying future is like, but it's all now. I get it. It's now. Exactly. You're it now. You are them now. But we're still gonna work with this future self concept, but knowing that they are in us now. And identity shifting is real freaking work. It is, because it is aligning with the version of you and aligning with the feeling of how that version of you would feel being and existing in that. But like, there's so many things. Like, how would I even know what to feel if I haven't ever felt that? Like, what happens when I'm triggered and I don't believe in myself? Like, how do I work through all those things? So this workshop is not only teaching techniques to identity shift, but teaching tools and techniques to kind of work through all the things that are happening on our identity shift, and a real understanding of how normal the setbacks and the triggers and the hijacking is in the identity shift, like, transformation. And it will be awesome. It will be hype. It will just be like, we're done waiting. Like, you're it now. We're them now. So congratulations. Sign up for the friggin' workshop, because it's going to be awesome. Also, there will be a promo code just for you, my friends. It is NOW. I'm going to spell that out. NOW. Okay, for a good little discount. All right, let's get into the reading. So, I want to just speak to right now, because like, you already are them now, but you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with now. You may or may not be having trouble identifying as that version of you now. So like, yes, it's a future version. I don't know, am I changing this whole reading in the middle of the reading? Like, I think this needs to be about embodying them now. Like, it's not future anymore. But that being said, okay, so this is what we're gonna do, because this is what I did. I mean, I don't know if you need to go into writing this much. But I want you to just take a moment and write in the I am all the things that we are working towards embodying, and say it as if you already have. So that's gonna be the container for this reading for you. So just pause, put notes on your phone. You do not need to have like 4 pages. I just kind of went off in a tangent. But just what are these things that are the main things that you're working towards embodying, manifesting, healing, sharing, okay? So you'll pause and then come back to me. Okay, so I want to talk to now. I want to talk to, and I'm going to have to write some of this down since now I'm going off script. So the first card is going to be now, but we want to ask this like, the merging of our future self and our present self. Future, present. So right here, right now, this journey of merging our future self to our present self, allowing ourselves to become them. Any love, any wisdom, any guidance. And then from the body tech. Okay. And next I want to ask old personality. The old personality who keeps creeping their head up. Like my old personality, it's just like she doesn't trust. And I get hijacked by her so often. So think of who hijacks you. Think of your old identity, who also is kind of the cock block to the thing that you've been like. Me not trusting isn't gonna stop my manifestation from coming, but it sure will slow it down. So just connect to that old personality, and that old personality wants to grow and to develop and to become their highest potential, right? So like the aspect of me who doesn't trust, her highest potential is the Cara Elizabeth that like 100% trust. Like trust, right? Trust is the superpower. So whatever your thing is, usually you know its highest potential is the exact opposite of that like icky feeling it has. So what does that old personality and their journey of transforming into their highest potential, like what is their wisdom? Okay, when we expand forward, we expand backwards. So let's get your most empowered younger self in here. So maybe you can see them like flipping, doing cartwheels with diamonds coming out of all their orifices and just like flying over the universe. Like see them empowered, see them as the most valuable thing, because for us to embody our most amazing selves, right, going forward, embodying our most amazing selves, we actually have to get our past versions to get on board by embodying and standing in how freaking awesome they are. So like just every past version I'm calling in, who just, I want to see them shining. I want you to see them shining. What do they want to share? I'm just writing this down so I remember. So past self. And then let's do the last one. So since this whole transformation is about us aligning into one of the most, I mean, I'm coming back, like I was saying, our most authentic self. But now I'm like, I kind of want to hear from trust, what trust what. Okay, we could do both. So authentic self, I'm writing this down, and what trust because trust is like the actual key, I think. So our most authentic self, totally embodied in our truth. Just ask whatever they want to share. We're gonna pull one from the Body Tech deck. And then what is trust? Like trusting that this is just, we're developing, we're embodying we are that version of ourselves. Okay, let's see what we got. Well, okay. And now I'm like, is this reading about, oh my God. This is really awesome. We did pretty good, guys. Okay. The first one was very confusing if I look at my notes. It was like now and future and present merging as one. I'm like, what does that even mean? Okay, so what, let me see. Okay, what now wants to let us know in me merging of my current self and the version of myself that I'm working towards becoming, like I am them now, I am them now, I am them now, what they want to share. Check this out. This is when you get the assurance card, it's your future self coming forward, assuring you, we freaking did it. We did it, we did it, we did it. So put your fist pump in the air and you align with your current reality and you're merging, see your future self merging with you and you're like, we freaking did it. We did it. And guess what? Not only did we do it, but we're on our destiny path and we're here to use our gifts to share with humanity. We're here, our purpose is to share our gifts. Our purpose is to transmute the hell that we have gone through, the programming we have been imprisoned by, the darkness we have endured, and transmute that into freaking gold, transmute that into light. We have the capacity. We are the transmuter. I don't know why this is itching so much. We are fully aligned with where we are supposed to be right now. I don't care what circumstance is going on in your life. Like, you are exactly where you are supposed to be on the trajectory of this thing happening. And your future self legit came forward in this. Like, how perfect for the fact that this card is about this like obscure concept of like, we're merging our present self with our future self, when this card is literally the action. What I have written for this is like, you align with your future self and you together say, we did it. Like, that is like your, I don't know. It's like, I can't make this up. So that's really cool. I love that. Now, what is going on with the, this next one is our old personality who really would love to align with its fullest potential. And their wisdom for us is through their body. I am the abundance. So this is the Kuber Mudra. So take your pinky and your ring finger, put it down, and then you put these three together. And this is 5 different mudras put together. And this is about aligning with the abundance of everything that you are. This is about really what I do when I do this. I don't just sit here and put my hands like this. I literally see my blood cells as coins. By the way, they do look like stacked coins. I see myself as diamonds. I align with the metaphor of something that is so valuable, because I think so many of us you just like, what is this world we live in where it's just like, you're not good enough? So there's, besides the weird traumas that have happened to me that taught me that too, just like growing up in normal life. So this is like really okay, so whatever, okay. It's funny because I was like, okay, I want to, for me, it might be my aspect that doesn't fully trust, that old personality wants to align with the version of itself that it's trust. But I think the underlying message that we can apply to every old personality that's kind of like a headache to embody, all it wants to know is how valuable it is. All it wants to feel is that it is so precious and it is worthy and it is valuable. I could even apply that to the version of me that stopped trusting life, because it stopped trusting life because horrific things that devalued me happened to me. So it just was easier to like not trust in life when it was like, what is going on there? So the other, the Animal Apothecary card said prayer answered, which again aligns with the whole theme of this is like, and the whole identity shifting. Again, sign up for the workshop, like, because this isn't just prayer answered. This is act as if your prayer has been answered. And I think that is so much easier said than done. I think this idea of just become the thing, like how? What if you're dealing with like major chemical imbalances? What if you're dealing with like crazy hormone shifts inside? How do you like still align with like feeling really abundant and open because you're living your purpose? It's like, I just think we need to be really real about this and offer techniques and suggestions on that road of it is practice. You keep coming back to that version to identify with this higher version of you, which will be going all over in the workshop. So, but this is about how this beautiful different tribes within the Plain Indians centuries ago would do this buffalo prayer dance. And this, and from me completely on the outside, reading and studying about this, and like usually there would be one tribe member dressed up as buffalo while another one would dance in unison, and they would do this beautiful prayer dance ceremony before they went on the hunt. And it's just freaking genius. Like, they're acting as if their prayer is already answered. So I love that the guidance from that part of us who sometimes feels stuck in a limiting identity is the one who's like, please just act like your prayer has been answered. That will shift all of us. That will shift every version of us into that version. Okay, let me just, oh my God, the messiness of what I wrote. So, becoming them now, authenticity and trust. Okay. Authenticity. What our most amazing, authentic version of us wants to share with us is that you are the gift. This is the Sat Kriya card. If you haven't already checked out that video, just put Sat Kriya, SATKRIYA in the comments and I'll send you the link to it. This is a 3-minute, you could do it much longer, but a 3-minute Kundalini movement practice to embody your power, to become more magnetic, to move stuck sexual energy, to align with your creativity, to help with fertility issues, to help with prostate issues, to just glow, to be magnetic, to be shiny, and just to like further enhance and align to the fact that you are the freaking gift. So your authenticity is like, own it. But like, this practice is almost like shining up the diamond. Like maybe the ego and the thing, and then this happened, and it's all like dirt on top of the diamond. And this kind of like, okay, let's just get that stuff off the diamond so we can like shine and radiate. But this inner conflict resolution, your authentic self is saying that whatever difficulties you're going through right now, whatever resistance, whatever type of feelings, it's just necessary. Like, we want to be over everything. It feels like old news, but there's something about what you're experiencing now that doesn't feel open and expansive is actually the only way to get to this victory that is open and expansive. Sometimes you have to keep revisiting the opposite of a thing and maybe feeling powerless to remember in a deeper way how freaking powerful you are. Your trust is asking you, this is funny because it's like no expectations. There's something that is like, I think this is about who do you want to be? What do you want to be? Who and what? Who do you want to be? What is it you want? And none of your business on how and when. No expectations. I think that this is what that is. Like, who and what, how it happens, and knowing, okay? And knowing that every discomfort is the thing leading you to that. Every hiccup, every weird, discouraging situation is actually a part of getting you to this thing that is deep in your heart. And the body tech from trust is the gift comes through the discomfort. So no matter how much discomfort and resistance you've been going through, like, it's actually giving birth to this pearl within. And the body tech movement for this is, so this is inspired by blood flow restriction and also tourniquet poses and Bikram yoga, and studying that, like, when you kind of squeeze everything, every muscle, it cuts off your blood flow, and then when you go back to like relaxed position, it ignites your blood to like, it almost supercharges, regenerates, brings more blood to everything. So this idea of kind of restriction, we don't like it, discomfort, then to open to actually get more of a boost within yourself. So the movement for this, and I suggest like do it 9 or 19 times in a row, but you're gonna get in a position where you squeeze every muscle, squeeze your face, squeeze, breathe in, breathe in. Let's try it again. Squeeze everything, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Hold everything, hold the muscle you hold your pee with, squeeze. Let's take it a step further. So I'm gonna squeeze, breathe in, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna release my throat chakra. When I started really getting into this, I mean, you hear that like, it's such a deep breath. And you're opening all this stuff, you're opening your heart and your throat, and you're letting out these like really intense sighs. I remember that when I really like focused and did that 19 times in a row, like the first time I was kind of like figuring this technique, coming up with it, that night I had a dream where I faced the guy that molested me. I was still absolutely terrified. You know those dreams that you can't speak? Like you do everything and no voice comes out. I had a voice come out because again, this is like this is like a deep freaking release, like a, I don't know, like an earth kind of release. So that night after practicing this, I had this dream. I saw him. I was terrified. And I pushed out, even though my voice was so scared, I pushed out like, and even though I was really scared, I said, you don't scare me anymore, and if you touch me, I will kill you. But I said it, you know, when you're like, you can hardly speak, like, don't scare me. It was crazy. Amazing, actually. I was like, whoa, I just leveled up. Like, and hopefully a future dream, or if I just embody the idea now, is that I'll see him and not be scared, right? He still had the illusion of power over me because I was so scared of him in the dream, but I had my voice, because that was the whole thing. That's why I'm called Cara Elizabeth Speaks, because I got my voice taken away, you know, as a kid, being molested, like, whatever. So, okay, the last card was becoming them now. Like, just, I think that's what I wrote down, that like just the embodying them now, like you are them now. And we get the success card and illuminate the world. So action leads to success. This is this idea that I think there's a couple things with the action that this card is talking about. It's actually talking about the action of embodying them now, and then you will be led to success. Embody them now, be them now, act as them now. Again, like, sign up for my workshop, because this is what we're doing. Like, we are becoming them now, and illuminate the world. So this is this body pose, and you can do it standing up, and I'll show you can do it sitting down. The whole thing with body tech is like, do it in a way, like, alter it as much as you want, that works for you, but just this open. And the idea is that you just stand in openness or sit in openness, like myself, and you align your breath. For me, like, the thing that feels good is like sigh out. And I envision myself glowing, and I envision all of us opening up, glowing, lighting up the world. So this is something you can practice, and this actually expands you. Like, you're literally expanding. You're using your physical body to expand, and envisioning that you're shining your light, you're pushing your aura, you're pushing your magnetic field, you're pushing your aura out, right? The bigger the aura, the more magnetic you are. The bigger the aura, the more abundance that you will align with, because small auras can't hold massive levels of abundance. It's just like an energetic thing. All right, and just one last card. Just come back to that, everything you just wrote down in the beginning. Inner truth. So you clearly have your back. This is about Owl is like your highest self, who is leading you in the right direction, even though you can't maybe hear it or see it, but you are leading yourself on the exact correct path. That there is your higher self who's looking out and steering you, even when you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, I love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share, sign up for the workshop. It will be amazing. And I love you so much, and world peace forever.